Joe in real life. Okay, this is an impromptu and unsolicited book review. The Chaos Protocols by Gordon White. I can't read the subtitle right now. I should have remembered it. Magical Techniques for Navigating the New Economic Reality. First, a little background. I picked this book up almost 10 years ago, if not exactly 10 years ago, and never read it. I thought it had an interesting title, and I knew Gordon White from his blog, Rune Soup, I think it's called. I'll tag him below. Um, I'm vaguely interested in new agey stuff and like chaos magic, or I prefer to call it pop magic because it sounds less edge lordy. I like pop magic. Um, Chaos magic's fine too. And I've stated on this channel before that I don't believe in the supernatural on any level or anything like that. I'm a non spiritualist, and this seems somewhat contradictory. But, well, I just don't think that's the case. You know, I think that there are powerful buttons and patterns of behavior inside the human mind that maybe have some anchoring outside the human mind. And I'm open to that idea. You know, that's agnosticism in a nutshell. I don't know the answer. Um, but I think that whether these unknowable forces or unknown forces are totally internal, totally external, or some combination of the two, it doesn't really matter, you know, if they're actionable in some way. And the first thing I want to say about this book is that it was a pretty good introduction to economics. Like, I thought it would be more of an introduction to magic, but it was actually an economics introduction, and it was fairly decent. And I gotta say, for a book that's 10 years old, it has aged really well. I highly recommend it. Give it a shot. Gordon White's cool. His blog, all right, I'm gonna, full confession, I stopped reading his blog a while ago. His posts were so goddamn long, and they were like a lot of travel posts, and I just didn't find him very interesting. I don't even know if the blog is still up, but Gordon White is a cool cat, and when he lands, he lands. I mean, really good stuff. I also found a number of the magical techniques he suggested pretty actionable and accessible and non-pretentious. Now, if you have no exposure to this stuff, you're going to find the ritualistic aspects, the traditional ceremonial aspects of it pretty off-putting. That said, I'm not sure how necessary those parts are. You know, I feel like you can mix and match and sub in different things. And, well, it might not be for you if that sort of thing makes you uncomfortable or concerns you in any way. It doesn't bother me. That's another one of the great many benefits of being agnostic. And spiritual matters, I'm pretty hard to offend. I'd go so far as to say impossible, except, you know, I don't want to challenge the spirits that guide me to give that a shot. But the Chaos Protocols, Gordon White, 5 out of 5 stars, you know, certified fresh. I don't know what else to tell you. It's morning in my dungeon. I just did my run and my burpees. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to do a squat workout. And I am not starting Candido. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to run that for a couple weeks. I'm doing some weird restrictive diet stuff that I'm not really talking about, and it's tanking my energy levels. Or rather, it's giving me constant energy, but not reliable output. I guess that's a calorie deficit. So I've described magic, economics, and a calorie deficit in very, very clear, very succinct terms. So Good for me, right? Good for me. I think that's it for right now. I'm going to tack the workout on at the end and I'll post it tonight. Stay tuned. So this is my little evening workout. And aside from some incidentals, it's all I did. I did something, kind of heavy, my minimum, honestly, but kind of heavy still on the front squat for 5 sets of 1 rep. And then I knocked it down dramatically and did 5 sets of 5 with 95 pounds. I'm showing you the first and last set. I'm gonna go back in the garage, it's too windy. And that's it. And yeah, man, I think just for the month, I'm gonna stick with stuff like this because I'm overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed with life and family, and I'm not doing anything well. So I've got to pare it back a little bit. But back to the book review, back to Gordon White, Chaos Protocols. What was interesting was I was so excited about the book that I immediately started another one, and it's Philip Stutz's book, Tools. And I thought that was going to be a book about kind of a self-help book, kind of an easy breezy read, And come to find out, he's also a magician. He doesn't come right out and say that he's practicing magic and these self-help tools are magic. But he names his influences as Carl Jung and Rudolf Steiner. Carl Jung, a psychiatrist and an amateur mystic, and Rudolf Steiner, a straight up wizard. And those are his principal influences. And anyway, you're going to get a review on Stutz later. It's an extraordinary book, kind of a mind-blowing achievement, but maybe I can save talking about that till later. I know that some of the Chaos Protocols I am absolutely going to put into effect in my life, and in a way I already have. It really reframed the way I think about money. It put a white-hot spotlight on a number of pretty obvious Ponzi scheme aspects to things like owning property and, not being willing to move. And it was very frustrating to hear those things because, I hate moving and I aspire to own property, but his argument was pretty solid. So, I don't know. There was a lot more to it. Cut myself off. But yeah, I feel bad. I haven't done Gordon White and his wonderful book, The Chaos Protocols, justice. Maybe it's enough for me to just say I highly recommend it. Seriously, if you're at all interested in the esoteric tradition, but have been intimidated by ceremonial formalities and the usual fucking high bar of entry of something like Aleister Crowley, I cannot recommend this book strongly enough. Similarly, if you're frustrated with our current economic system and would like a somewhat alternative view to some pretty prevalent problems, I would recommend it on that front too. I mean, in fact, it's 10 years old, almost, if not definitely. It's aged exceedingly well. It's made some predictions that have definitely come true. I hadn't actually thought about that until this moment right here. That's pretty weird. Also, book reviews and music reviews, right? If you guys like this kind of content, comment below. I'll do more of it. I love talking about this shit. And, we can still squat every day and talk about books and music and whatever else, man. I don't care. I love you guys. Be good to each other. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye.